So it's been 393 days since Governor Steve Sisolak out here in Nevada shut everything down. We had our first complete shutdown, and then we had a reopening and a partial shutdown again. But now we have 393 days that have passed. We have two specific dates to get back to 100%, so we know when it's happening. We're going to cover that in this video. Talk about how two of the dates completely kind of contradict each other, which is kind of weird. And then we're going to talk about the challenges being faced by local businesses here and giving you the 100% Las Vegas experience. How's it going, everybody? My name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for future notifications. If you do, you'll know when I post up videos like my huge Cosmopolitan buffet walkthrough and review that we did yesterday, where we talked to the chef de cuisine. If you're new to the channel just watching this, go watch that video. It's about 20 minutes long, but we had an actual walkthrough with the head chef. It was pretty darn cool. You also know when I do live streams on the weekends. If you hit the notifications bell, it'll tell you when that's happening. So do that. That would be great. Leave us a comment below. Are you looking forward to a 100% Vegas experience, or are you waiting until the face masks are gone? Because we're going to touch upon that too. Speaking of face masks, to support the channel further, head on over to vegasfacemask.com if you got to wear them. My wife makes these right here in Las Vegas, so they're made in the USA. Vegasfacemask.com. These go around the back of your head, not your ears. And I can wear this all day comfortably. It won't mess with your ears. It's actually really great. Doesn't mess with your glasses. Doesn't fog up. It's 100% cotton, 2 different layers. And, it's the only 2 that you ever need. If you got to wear them, you're in Nevada, you got to wear them, you're in the casinos, wear the ones that are comfortable. Support the channel, vegasfacemask.com, no S at the end. This is called Blue Mosaic, what I was just wearing. It's one of the most popular ones. I don't got much stock of this left, so order soon. Okay. So speaking of that, May 1st, that's the first date. That's the date that we knew all along when Governor can't say his name, Sisolak. By the way, stay tuned to the end of this video. You'll know why I'm kind of stumbling over my words. I'm still having side effects from my vaccine. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I will go over the worst experience in my life in terms of medical stuff, because I thought I was going to die yesterday. It was very bad, and I'm still having side effects. May 1st, that's the date when no more social distancing. That really threw everybody for a loop. No more social distancing. We already knew that May 1st was the date when they were going to be handing over control over what kind of capacity restrictions would be to the local governments. So we have our county, Clark County, biggest county in the entire state, over 2 million people in this county. So he had said all along, if things keep going positively, we're going to hand over control to the counties. They might make it 100% capacity. It'll be up to them, but the face masks will remain. So that's what he also said. So you're going to be wearing face masks. That's what's going to happen. But he also said yesterday that, yeah, no more social distancing on May 1st. My question to him is, was there ever social distancing? I mean, seriously, tell me in the comments below. If you've been watching the channel or other live streams in Vegas and stuff like that, and you've seen it, have we ever really had social distancing in this town? I know inside the buildings, the casinos tried to enforce it because that's what they're supposed to do. But when you look at people in front of the Bellagio fountains or on Fremont Street, did you ever see social distancing? Because I didn't. And I lived through it for the last year. But anyways, it means 100% capacity in buildings technically. That's important to note. It means that there's technically going to be 100% capacity in buildings. Because if you take away the social distancing element, 6 feet, 3 feet, whatever amount of feet that they're telling us these days, 3 feet for the schools, 6 feet for everybody else, it's kind of weird, then it means that you're going to be able to cram people into buildings at 100%, right? I guess. The second date is aim for June 1st to go back to 100% capacity for all businesses. You have to wear masks in public and in businesses. So masks are going to remain because they say that that's helping stop the spread. But again, number 1 goes against number 2. So it looks like May 1st, we might as well just go back to 100% capacity. That's kind of what I think is going to end up happening anyways. So what do you think about that? That's pretty conflicting, isn't it? I mean, just from my brain, maybe I'm the only one thinking that way. But the reason this is happening right now is because 40% of Nevadans over the age of 16 have started the vaccine process. Again, I had my vaccine on Monday. Stay tuned to the end of this video after this topic so you guys can hear about my experience. It wasn't good. Still not good. Still not good, as I'm stumbling over my words slightly. Yeah, so local counties can go to 100% on anything they want May 1st. That's an important note. That's the big key right here, because it's looking like the county right now is talking about voting next week about whether or not they're going to reopen the buffets 100%, reopen nightclubs 100%, and increase people at tables and restaurants. Currently, it sits at 6 people per table maximum, talking about going to 10 people maximum per table. And this also bodes well for things like the World of Concrete Expo, which apparently has been approved But it also means that that whole EDC thing, that whole controversy that they were talking about, because there was a plan that was rejected that said they wanted 100% capacity and no social distancing. Well, guess what? If on May 1st there's no more social distancing mandate, that means that I guess the EDC's plan will be resubmitted and they'll have no problem going to it, because a big key of the EDC's plan being rejected originally was that they said we don't have to have social distancing. We're an open air event. So I suppose that's going to be going on without any problems, I guess. I don't know. It's happening in the future. But if all of this adds up and the cards stack up the right way, it looks like that's going to be happening. Now, there are some people that are being critical of the governor on all this. It's mainly Carolyn Goodman and some people that are in the state level of politics. Carolyn Goodman is saying that this is just basically a political ploy by Sisolak because he is looking to become reelected next year. I don't know, and I won't go into all of that, but it does seem like it's something that had to happen inevitably. Sisolak knows that he can't keep people locked up forever, especially when next door in California, they have their whole thing happening June 15th, where Gavin Newsom, who is actually in a political quagmire up for recall election, has actually said that they will be opening on June 15th. Is this a similar thing? I don't know. Sisolak and Newsom have been playing a game of leapfrog with each other for a while, but it's but it's been a good thing. I said boded. I don't think that's a word. Again, vaccine side effects, everybody. So let me have that one. It's been a good thing for the state of Nevada because it's meant that we are able to stay open and we're able to have a June 1st date for everything. But the problem with all of this, the challenges that some people are facing out here, specifically restaurant owners when interviewed, is that they have a labor crisis right now. There's some restaurants that have been able to go to 100% capacity for their outdoor patios, but they can't actually open to 100% capacity because they can't find workers. They can't find employees to actually come back to work. There's a federal emergency unemployment that happens to be going all the way through till September. So I guess some employees are deciding that they're going to take $300 a week, which is $1,200 a month, as opposed to actually coming back to work. So yeah, I guess that's an issue for them too. But that's a whole nother topic to talk about on a whole nother channel, because I don't think I could analyze that enough without making people upset or doing a poor job of it. But that's the major crisis, is the lack of people in the workforce. So if you're looking for a job, this might be a great place to come to, because there is work out here in Nevada, in Las Vegas. Yeah, I don't know if it's your thing. It might not be a professional type of job, but it is a job. It is somewhere where you could work. So I know that restaurant employees, especially servers who are really good at their job, can make a decent living out here. But again, these restaurant owners can't even open up to 100% capacity because they don't have the staff. So it's kind of like when the Atomic Saloon decided to close on their own, not because the state shut them down. They closed on their own because of the 25% rule that Sisolak instituted several months ago. They said there's no way we're turning a profit at 25%. Let's just lock the doors for a few weeks until he opens it back up. And when he did open it back up to 35%, I think that's when they opened their doors back, because they needed a certain amount to actually turn a profit. So maybe some of these restaurants choose not to open up to 100% capacity because they just can't give the guests a good experience. There's that too. That's a challenge that people face. So you tell me what you think about the situation right now. I'm looking at it like it's very positive. I think we have to look at things positively. If we don't look at the positives in things, then we're just going to look at the negatives. And if we look at the negatives, then life is going to suck for us no matter what we do. We'll paint it in that lens. But at the same time, I'm sweating like a dog right now. So here's my deal, okay? So my wife and I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We got it on Monday. It was actually quite convenient because by the time I woke up on Tuesday, they said that they're pausing the vaccine and that they're not going to allow it to go on because out of 7 million doses that were administered across the United States of America, 6.7 million specifically, 6 people had some serious issues with blood clotting. Now, that's not to say that the other vaccines don't have problems. 1 in 100,000 people, I think the stat I read was, and correct me if I'm wrong, have some kind of a severe reaction with Pfizer and Moderna. But anyways, I had the vaccine. And I'll tell you what, between 5 o'clock when I had it, all the way up until midnight of that day, my condition deteriorated. I had gone from, hey, I got the vaccine, to, hey, I'm a little bit fuzzy-headed, to, hey, oh my goodness, I think I'm going to die. It was terrible. I should watch my words on this because YouTube will not like this video very much. It'll think I'm being against this. But anyways, by the time 12 midnight rolled around, I had a fever of about 100 degrees. I was shivering uncontrollably. Like I thought, it reminded me of my sweet dear great grandmother, my babcia on my Polish side, who had Parkinson's. I could control it. Like I could stop shivering if I wanted to and tried really hard at it, but it was freezing cold. Went to bed, had 102, almost 103 degree fever. Woke up the next day, decided work was not in the cards for me, tried to sleep as much as I could, and eventually at around 4:30, everything seemed to have lifted. I had the energy to actually go out to the Delano and do a mask drop-off. We do mask drop-offs on vegasfacemask.com, and we have an order of 4 masks or more. And I did manage to do that, and it was so tough. It was so tough. And then I woke up today, and I still have a slight fever, but I'm going to go to work because that's what you do. These are just side effects of something. It's not like I'm sick, or not like I'm spreading things to people. But man, it was a weird, crazy experience. And I will tell you this right now, I took it because I have a responsibility to my family. You guys take whatever you think is best for you. I'm not here to tell you you should or shouldn't do something, but there is a strange sense of serenity when you realize that, you know what, no matter what happens from this point on, in a few weeks, that is, if I go out to a crowd and I catch this thing, it's not going to put me in the hospital. It's not going to put me on a ventilator. I'm not looking at a possible sentence on this, because honestly, with me, I have really bad asthma, and every time I've had a regular flu, I nearly end up in the hospital. So it's something that I dodged a bullet on. But what's interesting about this too is the idea is simple. Okay, Steve D on the channel, he's actually a guy that you might recognize. He sent me a video, and the science shows that if you've already had COVID-19, you may have a really bad reaction to your vaccine on the first dose. And that's something that I've always been wondering about. Even though I got tested over the course of the year several times because of people at work and me myself getting a sick type of flu, even though I've been tested, they all come up negative. But I always thought it was fishy, it was suspicious that I'd been able to be around tens of thousands of people, with people coming right up next to me, mugging in the camera, hey, can I be on the channel? And they're not wearing masks, and they're all over the place. How come I never got it? How come I never got severely ill? So that kind of completes the idea. And if you guys are looking to get antibody testing in the United States, I'll tell you this one thing. So the last president, we won't say his name because it upsets people for some reason, but the last president, he actually signed a bunch of laws. And one of the laws he said he signed was that people don't have to pay for their COVID-related stuff. So if you go through LabCorp, right, you can pay $10 administrative fee, and you can get a COVID-19 antibody test. So if you're curious about this, before you get a vaccine or something like that, go get an antibody test. They'll tell you whether or not you have antibodies for it, which means you had it. You may not have even known it, or you had all those negative tests just like me, and they came up negative, and you always suspected something. And I kind of wish I had done that, but I just don't have a lot of time during the day. I actually had one scheduled to pay the $10 fee. Then I had a call at my regular job. I sell advertising for a living, and that was more important, so I never got it done. That was months ago. But anyways, I thought I would share that with you guys. And yeah, that's my video today, and I'm sticking to it. Once again, my name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. If you guys want to help the channel out, visit up with vegasfacemask.com, the only two that you ever need. Once again, it goes around the back of your head right there. Doesn't go around your ears. And they look so good. They just fit so well. And the wife makes them and sends them out to you. So you'd be supporting the channel and doing a nice thing. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. So look close to the camera. We say 3, 2, 1, and click.